Offering our prayers to the Almighty, elders and guests, participants from around the world, welcome to day 80 of the One World, One Family World Cultural Festival here at Sathya Grama. We extend a warm welcome to Mr. Billy Shore, founder and executive chair of Share Our Strength, a non-profit organization in the US. Emergency medicine focuses on immediate evaluation and management of illnesses and injuries that require urgent medical attention. It serves as the indispensable front line of the healthcare system, providing critical care to save patients in life-threatening situations. As part of the Know Your Mission segment today, Dr. Sajit Kumar Balakrishna, Head of Department of Emergency Medicine at Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research, will share with us more on the services offered. With over 25 years of distinguished experience in the field of emergency medicine, Dr. Sajit joined the institute 2 years ago. He's also a gifted singer and trainer. Dr. Sajit, please.
Sairam Swami, Sairam to one and all. On behalf of the entire Emergency Medicine Department of Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Science, let me extend our collective pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. Emergency medicine, as the name says, it's the department where all emergencies do come in. Emergency medicine is the face of the hospital, they say. Here, in our emergency department, we give more importance, the utmost importance to speedy stabilization and compassionate care. Emergency department is also called as the junction box of the hospital because it is a space wherein all departments come in, plug in and admit their cases to their respective areas after stabilization in the ER. So effective communication is given utmost importance. Emergency department is one of the main battlefields of the hospital, and we as a strong army stabilize the patients and fight for their recovery or stabilization. We have a strong committed team of 11 doctors and 16 nurses. We have an entire strong cricket team of 11 doctors playing like a 20-20 match. Fast, focused, energetic, mix it with compassionate care, 24/7/365. Here is our team photo. In our emergency department, we have 17 beds, which would be soon doubled in the new block, which includes beds for trauma care. Here is the data of the patients in our emergency department for the last 1 year. There is a steady increase in the number of patients, especially during the last 3 months, you can see, thanks to the online and offline advertisements. Now, let me just detail about some kind of emergencies which come in our emergency department. Since ours is a tertiary care center, we come across all kinds of cases and our hospital is well equipped to handle most of them. The common emergencies we come across are heart attacks, strokes, accidents and traumas, road traffic accidents, snake bites, poisoning, chemical poisoning, abdominal pain and other kinds of pain, complications of diabetes and hypertension, which is very common. So many patients are brought in an unconscious state, you can call that unconscious patients, seizures or fits, you call asthma, COPDs, etc. There's so many cases. I just want to share one of the testimonials by Mrs. Charita. She is working in MakeMyTrip.com, and she had brought her father with a late onset seizures or convulsions, you call. And she was admitted in the part of medicine later on, and she was very happy and she sent this video.
Namaste. Hello everyone. My name is Charita and I currently work with Make My Trip in Bengaluru. Recently, my father had a medical emergency and on recommendation of friends we took him to Sri Madhusudan Sai Medical College and Hospital in Muddenahalli. Typically, emergency departments are always chaos. Considering this, we were unsure if we were making right call. But the moment we arrived, all our concerns were answered in a great way. I cannot just count 1, 2, 3, 4. But all I can say is, right from the security and the doctors and the medical staff, every single person with whom we interacted showed the genuine care and the professionalism. Despite the urgency, everything was well organized and calm. What truly stood out was the compassionate approach. Moreover, doctors welcomed us with a smile and patiently guided us through the next steps, and surprisingly, they reassured us that my father was in safe hands. Even at the time of discharge, the staff and doctors did not let their positive attitude slip. That kind of consistency and empathy made a huge difference to us. Words like thank you feel too small to express our gratitude. Today, if my family and I are smiling and back to normal life, it is all because of the care and the empathy we received at Sri Madhusudan Sai Medical College and Hospital. We are forever grateful and all we wish for Swami and Bhagwan blessings on everyone. Swasti.
Now let me recite a poem for you on ER. ER is emergency room. With hearts of gold and hands of care, the ER staff beyond compare. They rush to aid with skill and might through life's most fragile, darkest night. Their faces worn, their spirits bright, they tend the sick with all their light. With every breath they give their best, in chaos arms they find their rest. Nurses, doctors, support so fine, a team of heroes intertwined. Their bond is strong, their care is so true, a symphony of healing through and through. Amid the storm they stand as one, a shield of hope till night is done. Their selfless service, pure and bright, guides the lost through pain to light. Thank you, Swami. Thank you, Swami, for giving us an opportunity to serve and be a part of this wonderful miracle mission. Thank you, one and all. Sai Ram.
Thank you, Dr. Sajid. Each day, we express our gratitude to our corporate partners for their support in our humanitarian programs, and today we have two organizations. First, we have Share Our Strength, founded in 1984 in Washington, D.C. Leading the No Kid Hungry campaign, it fights childhood hunger through partnerships, education, and community programs to ensure children access nutritious meals. It is one of America's most respected non-profit organizations dedicated to ending childhood hunger and poverty. Share Our Strength partners with Sri Sathya Sai Annapurna Trust to strengthen India's morning nutrition program, ensuring millions of school children receive healthy meals and the support needed to learn and thrive. We request Sadguru to confer the CSR Circle of Honor to Mr. Billy Shore, founder and executive chair of Share Our Strength. Mr. Shore leads the No Kid Hungry campaign, pioneering sustainable solutions to end childhood hunger and inspiring global action through service and innovation. We request Mr. Billy Shore to share a few words, please.
Thank you so much. It is such an honor to be here. I am in India for the first time in my life. I've been here only 2 days, but I have learned so much thanks to our friends at Annapurna on so many levels, especially the degree to which purity of heart impacts your service. My colleagues and I are so inspired by everything that we have seen here, and our job is to go back to the US and to bring more support to this important work and to help people understand that one world, one family is something that could actually come to pass. Because of our shared love for our children and for the next generation, I try to look at our work as much as I can through the eyes of kids, through the eyes of children. And I'll share with you one of the examples of that. When my son was in 6th grade, probably when he was 12 years old, his teacher asked me to come and talk about the work that we do at Share Our Strength. And I was so thrilled that I'd been invited to speak that I immediately said yes without first checking with my son and not realizing that my very presence in the school would make this the most embarrassing day of his school year. The first clue that I had, the way I knew this, was when he came down into the kitchen that morning before we went to school, and he looked at me and he just said, "Tell me you're not wearing that shirt." And it was just a regular checked shirt. And then I said, "Yeah, I am." And he said, "Well, Dad," he said, "do me a favor before you go into the classroom." He said, "Just stop and rub down your eyebrows. Sometimes they go every which way. And I want you to fix that." And I said, "Okay, any other advice?" And we kind of left it at that. But the reason I tell you this is as I started to talk to these 6th and 7th graders, one of the young men raised his hand and he said, "Mr. Shore," he said, "at Share Our Strength, have you found a way to serve children and families without embarrassing them?" Which I thought was such an important question. And as I spoke a little bit more, another boy raised his hand and he said, "Mr. Shore," he said, "at Share Our Strength, for the children and families that you serve, do you actually see them and get to know them, and do they feel seen or do they feel invisible to you?" And these are the kind of questions that, frankly, only children ask. Adults have never asked me such questions, but they go to the heart of one of the things that I think is our shared value, the degree to which we want to respect the dignity and the integrity and the whole human being of those that we are serving. What I'd like to do just briefly, very briefly, is tell you what I think some of the lessons are from the work that we've done and are doing together, because I think they're very powerful as we continue to expand this. Share Our Strength, the organization that I started some 40 years ago, focuses on childhood hunger in the United States. We've got 22 million kids in the United States who, by virtue of their family's low income, get a free or reduced price meal at school. And at Share Our Strength, our focus has been to make sure that all of the eligible kids get the lunch and the breakfast that they are eligible for. In the United States, our government pays for all of those school meals, but the schools need everything else. They need equipment, they need transportation, they need refrigeration, they need staffing, and that's so much of what we pay for and support at Share Our Strength. I started the organization with a $2,000 cash advance back 40 years ago. We've now raised $1.4 billion in the United States to support this work, and we still have a long way to go. And what I would suggest to you is that as diverse and as different as we all may be, not just in this room, but country to country, from India to the US, we share some very important, all of us share some very important superpowers. One is that every one of us has a strength to share. Every one of us has something to give. It doesn't have to be writing a check. It could be donating money, but it could be volunteering, or it could be sharing our expertise, whether it's related to food or culinary or medical. Here in the United States and here in India, we've now working with chefs and restaurateurs, thousands of them in the United States, starting to work with hundreds of them here in India, because they make their livelihoods from feeding people, and they're connected to this issue of hunger. They have a strength to share, and we have to find ways and create opportunities for people to do that. The second superpower that each one of us has is what I think of as the power to bear witness, to actually to go and to see and to let yourself feel something from what you've seen. Let it change you, let it change your heart, let it change your mind. We spent all day doing that here today at Annapurna. First understanding and visiting the factory that makes the morning nutrition, then visiting the hospital, then seeing the school. Bearing witness to that, I can guarantee you, we go home tonight and we go back to the US changed, different than we were before we came here. When people say they were moved by an experience, I love that phrase because it suggests that you literally started in one place and you ended up in another. And that's the beginning of all significant, powerful change. I will wrap up by just saying that there's an important urgency to this work. Lives are at stake. The dedication of everybody we've met in this room at Annapurna is so inspiring and so reflective of that feeling of urgency. Dr. Martin Luther King, who was a student of Gandhi, used to talk about that. He said once, in this unfolding conundrum of life and history, there is such a thing as being too late. Procrastination is the thief of time, and the tide in the affairs of men and women does not remain at flood, it ebbs. So we have to always be conscious of that. I'll close by telling you one very quick story. When we very first began doing this work, we were working in Ethiopia, and I met a student there, like some of the beautiful students in this room. Her name was Alima, and we talked a little bit, and we shared each other's addresses, and we wrote back and forth. And then we stayed in touch, and on one trip, when I couldn't go, one of my colleagues went, and I gave him a letter to give to Ethiopia, to give to Alima. And I didn't hear from him for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, which was very unusual. And finally, he called up and he said, I haven't been in touch because I hated to tell you this, but Alima died from cerebral malaria. We were helping to build a hospital in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia, and we didn't have it finished. And just as Martin Luther King said, we were too late. So there is an urgency to this work, and we go back, thanks to you, with a renewed urgency to help. Thank you so much for the work that you're doing and for our partnership.
Thank you, Mr. Shaw, for your valuable support and such wonderful insights. We look forward to your continued partnership. The next partner is a Couple Group, a Hyderabad-based conglomerate of over 45 companies. Its Sankshema Trust supports education, cancer care, and orphan children through impactful social initiatives. Since 2023, the Trust has been supporting the medical education of students through the Each One Medical Educate One program. Representing the group are Mr. Vinod Krishnakumar, Managing Director, Couple Chits, Mr. Ejagani Ramakrishna, Director, Couple Group Marketing Services, and Mr. Katakam Dayanandam, Director, Couple Chits Private Limited. Request all of them to please come on stage and receive the honor, please. We request Mr. Vinod Krishnakumar to say a few words, please. He is a visionary professional with strong capabilities in business growth, value chain optimization, business model restructuring, and achieving top and bottom line targets.
Sairam Swamiji. Sabhaya Namaha. Sairam, to all the lovely people in this hall. My name is Vinod Krishna Kumar, and I represent Kapil Group. Along with me, as already mentioned, are Mr. Ramakrishna and Mr. Dayanand. We are representing Kapil Group, and the chairman of our group is Shri Vaman Rao Garu, who has started Kapil Group as with the main motive of creating as much employment as possible. Of course, it is a commercial organization and it is a conglomerate of more than 45 companies currently, and is employing around 16,000 employees. But the intent behind forming these many companies is majorly to create livelihood in the society and create a great amount of employment, so that we definitely are a part of changing everyday lives. Also, Kapil Group is one of the forefront organizations in doing charitable trust. Every year, Shri Vaman Rao Garu donates to the education of around 500 students, ranging from graduation to PG, and also for undergraduate students from a rural background community. And with the same intent, Kapil Group has started contributing a very humble contribution to the medical education of Balamandir Seva Trust. And actually, Swamiji, it has been I would say, not just an honor, not just a privilege, but it's kind of a blessing to our group and all our employees to be a part of such a wonderful community where Seva is the motive for everyday activity. Today, we have got the privilege of looking at all the medical education facilities, and especially the medical health facilities in this lovely township, I would say, because it is a different place of its own. While we, on a day-to-day basis, run around with our own busy schedule, with our own, taking care of family, building our careers, etc. So the moment we stepped in here, we felt a complete serene and a calm and a very peaceful, not just atmosphere, but the people around. So the people is the one who make all the difference. And today we were accompanied by two lovely gentlemen, Mr. Venu and Mr. Sunil, who were taking around and showing all the benefits that are being extended to, especially the underprivileged socio-economic background community. And when we were looking around, we also felt, yes, Seva is the ultimate motive of life. Day-to-day busy schedule definitely boggles our mind, but once we come out and look at the larger picture, Seva is the ultimate motive. Nobody has said this, but we understood just by looking at it. And the main motive, as Mr. Venu was mentioning today, the Swamiji's message, the healthcare to the poor need not be a poor healthcare. So we were seeing that, and it is no lesser to any, not just corporate hospitals, but it is no lesser to any 7-star and 10-star hotels. So the kind of cleanliness, and the kind of facilities, the kind of respect the patients or the students are being given, I would say we generally don't find it outside. So it's not just a privilege to watch all this fantastic facilities, but it's a learning by itself. So our one-day journey has taught us a lot. And Swamiji, and to the entire team of Swamiji, I must say that you are developing the future foundations of not just our country, but also the world, making the concept of our dharma, which is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one world, one family. So I can see all the lovely kids sitting over here, fantastic arts. They were singing lovely, and all the lovely students. They are being trained in such a very nice atmosphere with seva as the main motive of life and their bringing up. So definitely this will change not just our nation, but also the world. Kids, you are the future of our country, of our world, and you should be very thankful and you should be feeling so blessed that you are a part of such a lovely mentors under whom guidance definitely you can change not only your lives but also our lives also, right? So I wish all the very best to all the lovely kids for changing the lives of tomorrow's world. With this, I take leave. Thank you, Swamiji. I'm so humbled. I'm feeling so blessed also to be a part of this lovely gathering today and to be inside this facility. Sai Ram.
Thank you, Mr. Kumar, for your kind words. As part of the Global Cultural Festival, today we celebrate two African nations, the kingdoms of Eswatini and Lesotho. The Kingdom of Eswatini, formerly known as Swaziland, is one of the smallest nations in Africa, yet it boasts of a rich biodiversity in both its flora and fauna. The Kingdom of Lesotho is a nation founded on the strength of spirit and love for the land. From the spirited highlands to the gentle flow of the Mallet Sunyani Falls, its culture is expressed in the vibrant Basotho blanket. And today, we present the One World, One Family Global Humanitarian Award to Mr. Sentle Abdullah Mohale from Lesotho for his contribution in the field of education. He is a founder of the House of Wisdom, or Al Qasim Lesotho, that provides holistic education and care to orphaned and vulnerable children, covering their school fees, accommodation, food, and medical support. It also runs multiple madrasas and community programs that uplift families across rural geographies. Mr. Abdullah is the Vice President of the Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs in Lesotho and serves as a member of the District Child Protection Team. Al Qasim Lesotho partners with organizations around the world to better the lives of its children. In June 2025, an MOU was exchanged between Al Qasim Lesotho and the One World, One Family mission. Through this partnership, values-based education materials will be adapted and translated for local schools, promoting moral and ethical education among children. Additionally, the agreement paves the way for children with congenital heart defects in Lesotho to receive free pediatric cardiac surgeries at our hospitals in India. May we now request Mr. Mohale Sentle Abdullah to please come on stage and receive the award, followed by the acceptance speech.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Greetings to everyone present here. With deep gratitude to Sadguru Sai and the One World Family Mission. Thank for you for this honor and for recognizing the work of Al Qasim Islamic Center Lesotho. This award belongs to many teachers, volunteers, and supporters who serve with us every day to give children hope through education. When this journey began in 2006, the vision was simple: to care for those most in need. Many of children who came to us had lost their parents, their homes, and sometimes their belief that life could be kind again. Through education, shelter, food, and faith, we wanted to help them rediscover that hope. Today, the center provides schooling, accommodation, and care to hundreds of orphaned and vulnerable children from their first year of learning all the way to university. We have also worked with communities to build mosques, install boreholes for clean water, and create sustainable farming projects so that families can stand on their own feet. Our belief has always been that education and faith together create peaceful, compassionate, and self-reliant societies. This recognition reminds us that service is not only an act of charity, it is a duty to humanity. On behalf of the children, families, and communities we serve, thank you for this blessing and for reminding us that when we serve with sincerity, we truly become one world, one family. Thank you to everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Abdullah. Now, representatives from both nations will present on the geography, lifestyle, and philosophy of their lands. First, we have Mr. Donald Solu, a talented musician who will share more about the culture and people of the Kingdom of Eswatini. He's a percussionist and an integral part of many music bands. Mr. Solu, please.
Sawubona. Warm greetings from the Kingdom of Eswatini. We express heartfelt gratitude to Sadguru for guiding this global gathering of love and service. Eswatini stands united with all nations in the One World, One Family celebration. Eswatini is a landlocked nation in Southern Africa, bordered by South Africa and Mozambique. It is among the continent's smallest countries, rich in natural diversity and mountain landscapes. The country's terrain ranges from forested highlands to warm, dry savannas. This variation shapes its climate, wildlife, and patterns of life across its region. Eswatini is a home to about 1.2 million people. Its executive capital is Mbabane, while Lomamba serves as the legislative capital, together representing national unity and tradition. The national currency in the Lilangeni, used alongside the Southern African rand. One Lilangeni is about 5.11 Indian rupees. Siswati and English are official languages, reflecting both cultural roots and global connection. Mlilwani Game Sanctuary is Eswatini's first protected reserve, conserving wildlife and promoting ecotourism through community partnerships. Matenga Falls, located in the Ezulwini Valley, is one of the country's most recognized natural sites, surrounded by forests and cultural villages. Hlane Royal National Park is home to lions, elephants, and rhinos, symbolizing Eswatini's enduring respect for its royal heritage and nature. Sibebe Rock, one of the world's largest exposed granite domes, stands as a national landmark and source of community legend. Maloloja National Park protects highland grasslands, waterfalls, and rare species, supporting the nation's biodiversity and sustainable tourism. Mbuluzi Game Reserve offers community-run conservation that sustains livelihoods through responsible tourism and wildlife protection. This memorial park honors King Zoguza II, who led Eswatini to independence and is remembered for promoting unity and nation building. Eswatini spirituality blends ancestral traditions with Christian faith, rooted in reverence for the divine. The Swazi people value community, gratitude, and respect for elders. The guiding philosophy of Ubuntu, I am because we are, expresses harmony, compassion, and shared responsibility for one another. Swazi cuisine draws nourishment from the land, centered on maize, beans, pumpkin, and leafy vegetables. Dishes such as sishwala, emasi, and emaheu reflect simplicity and care within family life. In traditional clothing, men wear imahia cloths and carry sticks as shields during ceremonies. Women wear lehia wraps in bright red, black, and orange, colors symbolizing unity and joy. During the Umhlanga root dance, maidens express devotion through song and movement. Swazi culture thrives through festivals, rhythmic drums, and storytelling. The Ingwala and Umhlanga ceremonies, along with craft like beadwork and weaving, celebrate heritage and faith. Tenderness, a renowned Eswatini-born producer, blend Afrobeat and electronic sounds that connect modern youth with African identity. His global success inspires creativity and pride in the nation's emerging artists. Poverty remains widespread, especially in rural areas where food insecurity and unemployment affects daily life. Most children attend primary school, yet girls in rural regions often face barriers to continuing education. HIV remains a major health concern, though access to treatment is improving nationwide. The government and civil society promote inclusive well-being through school feeding, youth training, HIV awareness, and agricultural cooperatives that strengthen food security and self-reliance. Faith-based kitchens, UNICEF meal programs, and Red Cross elder care embody compassion in services. World Vision, Save the Children, and local groups empower youth, advance health education, and nurture peace through art. Eswatini, with its ancient heart and youthful spirit, reminds us that true prosperity is born of unity. Together as one world, one family, may we honor the rhythm of compassion that connects all humanity. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. Thank you.
Next, Mr. Paplani Francis Makoko will present on the Kingdom of Lesotho. With a degree in psychology, he works as a district administrator committed to community service and palliative care initiatives in his country. Mr. Makoko, please.
Dumelang. Warm greetings from the Kingdom of Lesotho. We offer our heartfelt gratitude to Sadguru Sai for uniting us under one world, one family. Lesotho humbly joins this celebration of harmony and human values. Lesotho lies in southern Africa, completely surrounded by South Africa. It's a landlocked nation known as Roof of Africa, standing above sea level. Mountains and valleys shape Lesotho's terrain. The country experiences warm, rainy summer, and cold, snowy winters with mild season in between. Lesotho is a home of about 2.3 million people. Its capital city, Maseru, sits along Caledoni River and serves as a nation's political and cultural center. Summer is warm and rainy, while winter is cold and snowy. Lesotho's lowest point is at least 1,000 meters above sea level, making it the only country in the world entirely above this elevation. Mount Ntlenyane reaches 3,482 meters. This high altitude gives Lesotho the nickname, the kingdom in the sky. Lesotho uses the Loti currency. One Loti is about 5.12 Indian rupees. Our official languages include Sesotho, English, isiXhosa, and Sephuthi. To give you an overall view on how is Lesotho like, we have Thaba Bosiu, known as Basotho Fortress, and national monument where King Moshoeshoe I united and built the Basotho nation. We also have Malisungane Waterfalls, one of Africa's tallest single-drop waterfalls. It drops about 192 meters in a single uninterrupted block. Malayalia landscape showcase Lesotho's rural life and mountain valleys that sustain traditional farming communities. We also have Gome caves, which are ancient dwellings carved into rock, still inhabited by descendants of the first builders. Sehlabathebe National Park protects alpine grasslands, clear rivers, and rock art of the early San people. Lesotho's traditional spirituality honors both the Creator and the ancestors, while Christian values guide daily life with moral and social values. Ubuntu teaches the importance of compassion and cooperation. Lesotho's common staple dish is papa, a maize porridge served with vegetables or beans. We have muroho made from leaf greens, adds flavor and nutrition to family meals. Sam and beans and lekgotlwane, a soft millet bread, are shared during gatherings that celebrate unity and warmth. For traditional clothing, women wear layered skirts and shawls with beads, and men wear thick Basotho blanket. You see it here. And stud boots for the mountain climate. The Basotho blanket and Mukorotlo head symbolizes our national identity. This is Mukorotlo, you'll see it on our flag. Lesotho's music and dance reflects its community, mountain life, and faith. The Lukodulo flute and Musebezi drum accompany traditional dances such as Dipota and Mokgibo, celebrating joy and strength. Our crafts include weaving and pottery, and major celebrations include Moshoeshoe's Day, celebrated on the 11th of March, Independence Day on the 4th October, and the Murija Arts and Cultural Festival. Notable personalities, we have the likes of Tshepo-Tshola, known as the village pope, was a beloved singer whose songs inspired unity across Africa. Tebello Ramakongwana, a national marathon runner, represents Lesotho's endurance and global spirit. Lesotho's poverty is largely based in the rural areas, shaped by challenges of its mountainous geography. Malnutrition continues to affect many families in these remote areas. Most children attend school, yet girls in rural areas often leave early because of hardship or early marriage. The country also faces a high prevalence of HIV, with health services in clinics stretched by limited staff and supplies. Many people remain without steady source of income. To address these gaps, expanding school meals, mobile health services, training youth in new skills, and strengthening volunteer networks to support families and elders are needed. Faith-based groups provide food and education, and NGOs, including the Lesotho Red Cross, serve community through healthcare, clean water, and education. Villages unite in service, showing love through shared efforts. Our message from the mountain kingdom of Lesotho flows a spirit of peace and perseverance. Together, we may serve, uplift, and cherish the divine in all. Ke a leboha, kgotso, pula, nala. Thank you. We would like to offer our special pottery called Leritswana to Sadguru Sai.
Thank you, gentlemen. On behalf of everyone, we pray to Sadguru for his benedictory message this evening.
Ubuntu is something that we have been hearing from most of the African nations. The concept of interdependence and interconnectedness. I am because we are. We are a part of the collective, of the society, and we live because of each other. We are dependent on each other. And our existence is the collective existence, not an individual existence. That is the idea of African nations who had figured this out long time ago. And that's why these tribal communities, these gatherings, these festivities that they celebrate reflects this philosophy of togetherness. Somebody told me that all humans are created insufficient by design. We are one-winged angels. And we need another angel with another wing to fly. And that is not by default, that is by design, on purpose. God has made us all insufficient so that we seek another's help and we feel humbled that we have been helped by someone and we can help someone too. And that is the idea of this one world, one family. Here we are to help each other, to lend our hand, our wing to another one-winged angel, and so that we can both fly. I am very happy that this mission is truly flying high with so many angels with so many wings who have joined us all, including Mr. Billy Shaw today on the stage with me, who has this wonderful organization called Share Our Strength. I've been to their office, met their team in Washington, D.C., and they all were very nice and they welcomed us with a hot cup of coffee and a lot of sandwiches to eat with. And also they told about the work that they do around the globe, and what they want to do with us at Annapurna. They have been a part of the nutrition program across several countries, largely in the US, but also now in India with many organizations. Annapurna is their cherished partner, and we are very happy to partner with them and learn from their experience of providing meals for over 4 decades, serving the children of the world. As he mentioned in his own talk, wonderful stories about the children. Children are truly the images of the divine. They are innocent, at the same time they are so uninhibited in however they are. And asking these kind of wonderful questions where he asked, when you serve, do you make the people who are served, the beneficiaries, feel dignified or not? Or whether they feel visible, they feel represented or not. Such an important idea. Mahatma Gandhi used to believe in a bhajan. It's a Gujarati bhajan, Vaishnav Janato. Tene kahiye che pira parai jani re. And paradukhe upakar kare toe mana abhiman na ani re. Which means whoever you meet, whoever you serve, they are all the people of God whom you are taking care of. And when you serve them, no ego should come in your heart. You should never even feel that you are serving. You should be humbled that you have got an opportunity to serve the people of God. With that attitude, one should serve. Long back when I was having a conversation with Bhagavan, and I was asking about who are the deserving people whom we should serve. And he asked a question back saying, forget about their deservedness for being served. First of all, ask yourself, do you deserve to serve? And I said, what does it mean to deserve to serve? Because they don't have food and they deserve food. They don't have education, they deserve education. They don't have so many things, they deserve those. And we go and help them with. But he said, no, before you asking them for their deservedness, ask yourself whether you are ready to serve. Are you eligible to serve? Do you deserve to serve them? And I naturally was dumbfounded, so I asked, what does that mean? He said, do you serve with this idea that you are giving to somebody else? If you serve with that idea, it's no good. You are sharing. He used the word sharing. He didn't agree to the word giving. Not give your strength. Not give help to others. Share your strength. Share what you have with others as equals. That is the idea of service, he said. They are equals. They are not lesser beings. They may be unfortunate at this point in time, maybe a little less privileged than you. But just because you have a little more, you do not think of yourself as somebody greater or higher. And so, sharing is an idea which happens between equals. Giving and taking or giving and receiving happens between the higher and the lower. But sharing happens at the same level. So when you share your strength, you don't share with the idea that you're doing some favor to somebody. No. Sharing is an idea that ensures dignity in whatever is being done. The other person also feels respected, visible and dignified. And that was a wonderful thought. I think I thought I would share that with people in the audience, that what a wonderful name, share our strength. And of course, God has created us all with a purpose. Nobody is just born accidentally without any goal or a purpose or strengths. Each one is endowed with some strength, and identifying that and then sharing it with the world is the key to transformation. And wonderful job they are doing. And I'm very happy that he could fly all the way and be here and experience our work, our ashram, and also he had such nice things to say. We are very, very thankful. Thank you very much, Mr. Billy. So also we had wonderful CSR partners today with us. Kapil Group has been a consistent support to our mission ever since they joined hands with us. Please convey our regards to Mr. Vaman Rao and for a wonderful talk that you gave, Mr. Vinod, for all our children. And this idea that we are a part of the whole is the key, the central idea of one world, one family. And of course, these children are the future of the world, and they are going to change the world because they have it in them. And they have the strength, they have the potential, they have the power to bring about that kind of transformation. And when we educate, education is a great leveler. When we educate, we bring them to the same leveler. I'm sorry, I think I got a little itchy throat. So the idea is that when you give education, you just don't educate the mind, you are educating their hearts, and with that they will do so much good to the whole world. That is our wish. So I thank Kapil Group for being a partner in this progress of all the children and progress of the nation and the world at large. Please continue your support and partnership. We also met a wonderful person, Mr. Abdullah, who shared his ideas about how he is working with the children in Lesotho, and it is not easy. These countries may be small, but they have their own challenges, and we need people, more people to look after our children in the world. And children are very dear to me because they are the seeds of the future, and the seed is bad, there is not going to be any tree in the future. And if a tree is not there, there won't be any more seeds, and the species would die. But when we nurture our children, protect them, provide for them, we are continuing humanity. We are ensuring that we are propagating, promoting kindness, goodness in the hearts of these children who are going to be the seeds. And when they are planted and looked after, they will grow into a mighty tree. And that will have many more seeds and fruits. And that will take care of so many more in the future. So it's a perpetual cycle. It is a self-propagating thing. Once we create a good human being, that human being is capable of creating so many more good human beings. That is the only solution. I haven't found any other solution for the problems of the world, not in politics, not in intelligence, not in huge talents and other things, but in simple acts of goodness, in little thought that we put behind every act of charity and kindness. Every time we share, we are improving the world to that extent. And these little things add up. And then when they all add up, it's a huge force that one has to reckon with. So our idea is doing that. We are working at the grassroots levels. Many people ask me, why your students don't enter politics and why don't they work from the top? And I tell them, I'm not sure about that as my method of doing things, but I am educating people and making them into enlightened citizens, global citizens who would take the right decisions, and because of that, world will change. They will choose the right leaders, they'll do the right things, and that's how the world will change. So whenever people talk about education and children, I feel very happy, and we are very happy as an organization to partner with Al Qasim for promoting values education in those countries, because it's just not about educating the head, as Aristotle said, it's also about educating the heart, and that heart is about values, and that education also should reach there. So in whatever other way we can work with them, we are more than happy to work with these countries, Eswatini and Lesotho. I haven't been there. The closest I've been is to South Africa, Joburg. But these are all countries surrounded by South Africa, landlocked. And also it was a news to me that Lesotho happens to be one of the highest countries. In the 1,000 meter is its altitude across, all through. So it is the roof of Africa is what they said. But of course with that comes challenges of altitude and the difficulties of connectivity and reaching out to the rural communities, especially basic services like health, education, nutrition. And the whole world is grappling with that. It is an irony of some sorts that the world has never been as rich as it is today. Over $100 trillion of global GDP. At the same time, the maximum number of people who go hungry every night also is highest during these times. Now, how does both happen together? I don't understand. It is simply because we don't follow the principle of sharing. When we share what we have with others who do not have, that is when we start changing things. It is the problem of excesses in one place and problem of deprivation on the other side. But through organizations like these, through our mission, we are trying to encourage people to share what they have. And I say there are 5 T's that you can share. Your treasure, your time, your talent, your testimony, and your I forgot one. Time, talent, treasure, ties, and testimony. Your connections. Ties means your connections. You may not be able to do it, but you know somebody who is capable of doing it. So you connect them with us. And that's how over these 100 days, we have connected with 100 countries and so many organizations. I can't go to Lesotho and work, but there is somebody working out there, sweating it out for the sake of those children. I can join them and I can do what I can, what is in my hands, what is in my strength. So you can share if you have treasure, it means you have excess wealth, you have a penny to spare, do that. Do that, it will help somebody. And that's an investment, that's not an expenditure. When you educate a child, it's not an expense. It's an investment in your own future. As Mr. Vinod told it very nicely, not only you will shape the future of the world, you will shape our future too. Remember, you are going to retire amidst all these people. And you want good neighbors who are educated, who are cultured, who are disciplined and who follow the law. You do not want to end up in between criminals. I've been to some African countries. Unfortunately, the level of crime was very high in one of the countries where I went. They told me you have to take personal security. You just can't take the car and go off on the road like this. For all you know, you may never return. And you must, so we had to hire a security, a private security. So there are people in front of me in a car with guns, and there are people behind me, and I'm in between. And that is how we travel. And when I came back, I said, why did this country land up in such a situation? And they told me it's because people don't have any money, they don't have education, they don't have jobs. The only way they can live is beg, we all know that, beg, borrow or steal. So they have tried begging, they didn't get it, they tried borrowing, they can't repay, so they steal. And that is how these crimes have gone up. I felt very bad for them. But imagine, we do not want to create a world where we have to carry a personal security to survive, where our daughters cannot walk on the road because we are afraid that somebody will do something, where our children cannot freely play because we do not know if somebody will abduct them for some money, where we cannot freely go for a walk in the open because you never know, somebody might kidnap you for money. We don't want to create a world like that. We don't want to retire in such a situation. If we do not want to do that, then we have to invest in today, in our children, in their future, because when they will grow up, they'll be good citizens, they'll be good people, and Ubuntu, as we say. We will all live together, and we all will live happily, sharing all that we have with each other. That is the idea of One World, One Family mission. So nobody can be too assured. Now, I have the money, I will look after myself, I can pay my hospital bills, I can pay for my security, I can ensure I live in a posh, protected locality. Not for too long. Great revolutions we have seen in the world, the French Revolution and so on. They have toppled governments and monarchies. They have changed the entire system. How many? In Africa itself, we have seen so many of them. When people get upset, and that anger and the frustration, and they can destabilize the whole nation. You might be the richest businessman, but you will have to flee. You will have to leave the nation, leave everything behind. And we have seen the scars of all those problems that even India has faced. And our neighboring countries are going through such a destabilized government right now. And youths have taken their hands the law. And that is why all the confusion. And nobody could do anything. Military could not do anything. Politics could not do anything. No businessman, no rich people could do anything when all the youngsters got together and decided to topple the government over. Nothing could be done. So much of economic instability. And you see these countries who go through these kind of movements or revolutions, they go back 20 years in their economic progress. Everything is lost. You have to rebuild everything over and all over again. It's a loss to the whole humanity, not just to that country. And that is why I worry about a future where if children grow up hungry, they will grow up angry. And one day that anger will be expressed as these kinds of violent acts of crimes and movements which are not going to be good for anyone. And that is why I'm very particular that children are protected, whoever child it is, in whichever part of the world. To me, every child is a global citizen. And it's not just the responsibility of the parents to look after the child, it is the responsibility of the whole society to look after the children of the world. And wherever they are, it's our collective responsibility to look after them. And I really enjoy working with organizations who think like us, who also believe in this and who also work for that. That is why I enjoy working with people like Share a Strength and many others like Couple Group, which educates children. And all the other wonderful organizations. The last 80 days this has been going on. And we have met such wonderful people from around the world who have done amazing work. Yesterday's story I still is fresh in my mind, how he saves the monarch butterflies who fly all the way from Canada to Mexico. And in Mexico, he grows forests to save that species. They're also part of our family, isn't it? They cannot voice it out for themselves. They cannot fight for their rights. They don't have lawyers that they can deploy and ask for their protection. But there has to be somebody who feels for them and says, yes, I will do it for you, because you also deserve to be heard, to be seen, to live. And that idea. I saw also so many voiceless children around the world lost their parents, as Mr. Abdullah was saying. Where will they go? Who will look after them? Governments have 100 things to do. They will perhaps put up a shelter and put them there, but they can't give them love and care. They can't show them a vision. They can't give them a purpose. They can't love them like the parents. They can at best provide them food and some shelter and some basic education. But that does not complete a child's nourishment. He needs care. He needs love. He needs to belong. He needs to be cared for. He should feel an identity within himself. That does not happen with these shelter homes and just namesake children's homes. You need a lot of love and care. And that is why organizations, that's why I say, if you don't have money, don't worry. You still can love. You can share your love. That doesn't cost you anything. Probably a little time. That's why you can share any of these things. You have treasure, share it. You don't have time, your love, your time with the elderly. I was reading an article, it was horrible. In Japan, there is a concept where, now it's a phenomena, that people die alone in their homes. Nobody knows. And after several weeks, when you don't see the neighbor, or there are insects entering the house, or there is a stench coming, that's when they come to know that somebody has died, and the municipality comes and picks them up and disposes them off. And one of the elderly person had written in that article that I don't want to die before my pet dies, because I don't want my pet to eat my dead body. That is the situation in these developed countries also, where people live in such lonely homes where nobody is there to look after them. And when they die, nobody knows that they died. What kind of world have we created? You can share your time, you can share your love with such people. That's why I told our Japanese people, please adopt these kind of elderly people who are living alone. Talk to them over the phone. You don't even have to travel all the way. Even if you talk to them on the phone and check whether they are alive, they're okay, that's good enough to begin with. So also you can share testimonies. You can tell the story, you can spread the word, and maybe it will reach out to somebody who is capable of helping. So talk about good things. We gossip, we do all these social media, unnecessary things, scandals and rumors. It's a waste of time. Tell good stories, tell happy stories, tell stories of inspiration. That is testimony. You can tell about organizations like these to others. And then you, of course, have your talent. You can educate people if you are an educator. If you're a musician, teach music to the children. The other day, another country had come and they were talking about Colombia people, that there are children, because of the civil wars, a lot of these children have lost their families. They live in these shelter homes and they are very traumatized. But music is a great therapy. So I asked one of the musicians who goes there to teach them music. I said, we will recruit you as a permanent teacher in that shelter home as long as you are ready to go and spend time. He said, I have no problem to go and teach music. But the place where this shelter home is located is very dangerous, because it's a very risky area. It's a very turbulent and violent area. So many people but now internet has come, connectivity is everywhere. You can use, where there is will, there is a way. You can always choose to do anything that if you want to. And that's why you can share your talent. If you have some talent, you can share that with them. So this is how you can change the world. That's why I'm borrowing from this word share, that everything can be shared, whatever you have. You can share, you can tell people about it, you can share your talent, you can share your time, you can share your treasure, you can share your testimonies, you can share your ties, anything. Idea is, if you are willing, there is going to be a way how you can share things that you have. And if everybody shares a little with others, a little more than what you did yesterday, things get better today. So we look forward to working with like-minded organizations, and I welcome the teams from these 2 African nations who have come here. We look forward to the evening music program. What is amazing about Africa that I have learned in last few days of watching many African countries is, despite all that they have gone through, they have had a very hard past. We all know. They were drained of all their resources by larger forces, and they were left with nothing. And even today, they are grappling with so many social evils. Apartheid just got over for them. but it still exists somewhere in the minds of people. Children are still not going to school, or they don't have enough food to eat, the broken families, the diseases, and so many governments are not able to function. So much of, and now with a lot of aid has been cut down, so many of the African countries actually, where I visited, they came to me, the representatives of those NGOs, saying, now we are not going to get a lot of financial support as used to get earlier. We are in dire straits. We do not know what to tell these children who would show up tomorrow with their empty bowls to have their breakfast or meals. We do not know what to tell them tomorrow. Please help us. I said, I can only do so much within my capacity, but I will tell your stories to more people, so that more people will join hands and will make sure that every child at least has a meal. In Malawi, where we are serving meals, the school people told us that people would sell their daughters in the name of marriage at an early age, because at least there'll be one less mouth to feed at home. And they told us, don't just feed during the school days, feed also on the weekends, because on the weekends we have nothing to feed them at home and they're hungry. So please take care that you also feed them on weekends. I said, I can try whatever we can try, but there are millions and millions of children out there. Unless we all learn to share, it is not possible to look after all our children. So sharing is caring. Wherever you are, whichever part of the world, there are no excuses. You can always send the money. There is nothing like you have to personally go and deliver things. There are good people who are doing that work. Time is possible to be shared. Internet connectivity is that you can share your talent, whatever you have. Tell your friends about it, testimonies, and get more organizations to work together so that whatever strengths they have, they can share. And 1 plus 1 is never 2. 1 plus 1, in India they say, ek aur ek 11, means 1 plus 1 is equal to 11, they say. That is the idea of when you share, the total is more than the sum of all the parts, as they say. So that is possible. There is some excess that happens when you share. Anyway, this is enough lecture on sharing, and I am going to wait for the music program, and we'll have a short break, after which I come back. But be reminded of your responsibilities to share what you have, howsoever little, with others. You should only have a heart, that heart which is willing to share. Everything else happens thereafter. All the best for your future endeavors, and we look forward to a lasting partnership with you to help not only India, but so many countries around, including Africa, whom I feel very much for. So we will look forward to working together. Thank you very much for coming again.
For this evening's cultural program, we are delighted to welcome Apollo Tabanyane Music Productions. It is a distinguished Famo musical band founded in 1968 by the legendary artist Mr. Mohlomi Tabanyane, fondly known in the music fraternity as Apollo. Even at the remarkable age of 83, Mr. Tabanyane continues to lead the group as its principal singer, inspiring generations with his passion and artistry. Recognized as one of the pioneers of Famo music, he stands as a true icon of this traditional and cultural sound. Carrying forward his rich musical legacy are his talented sons who form the backbone of the band's dynamic ensemble. On the bass guitar is Mr. Dilo Joseph Tabanyane. On the drums is Mr. Solo Donald Tabanyane. Mr. Lesole Tabanyane will be presenting the Famo dance. On the accordion is Mr. Teboho Wilson Seka. Leading the ensemble is singer and dancer, the man himself, Mr. Apollo Tabanyane. A big round of applause for Apollo Tabanyane Music Productions.
singonna namanana oh banje ke motsalemo ke motsalemo magadinyana singonna namanana ke bua ka mabana bana singonna napolo.
Thank you. The second song that we are going to play was produced in 1994 when Nelson Mandela came into power after apartheid regime, claiming back unity, peace and equality for Africa. Now because of One World, One Family's mission, we have just modified it and added some words saying, one world, one family. Let's embrace each other. Let's enjoy this song. One world family, let's embrace each other. One world family, let's embrace each other. Tambo, hae boye Ndade, Oliver Tambo, hae boye Saba, Sabalas, hae boye Africa. Saba, Sabalas, hae boye Africa. Ndade, Oliver Tambo, hae boye Ndade, Oliver Tambo, hae boye Saba, Sabalas, hae boye Africa. Saba, Sabalas, hae boye Africa. Ndade Mandela, hae boye Africa. Ndade Mandela, hae boye Africa. Sabalasa, Sabalas, hae boye Africa. Sabalas, Sabalas, hae boye Africa. Ndade Mandela, hae boye Africa. Ndade Mandela, hae boye Africa. Sabalas, Sabalas, hae boye Africa. Sabalas, Sabalas, hae boye Africa. sabala, sabala sa, hae boye Africa. The next song we are going to play is called Bela Bela. Lesotho is a country divided into 10 districts. We are in a kingdom state. This well-known band comes from Berea district. Bela Bela, hence the name of the song. Let's enjoy our song. Okai Moshanyana waka. Tabo 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 Okai Moshanyana. Eu ilo kaibo. Eu lo sebeta. 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 Mushanyana wakauko njaja bakalula kisasebeze mukakapagala bulwabe mutanze mwana mushanyana jingwahona kapere butuku pidakalona ne maikuko kabatakile mala kisasebeze na mwana momunyani hatta mwana na wumuji tatwini mwana nani bashanyana hanne mankupani mwana Aja fala kelele uwe. Kutu ya mwikeri njega ya katwa jelo balo ba museme mhaipaga haraje mukwena. Mutale wana mshanyana jomwana mangu pani amatula ke mutwabi tangalifani.
ngwana ke bua gona ka pelo ya botlhoko pelo ya ka ena na le maikutlo thola ka lela ke sa batlwa ke bitse dijo mmona motsong wa na didao di hadiowe motswalle ngwana motšhanyana go beke ge ke gutele gae hantate a motšhošwa dithabeng motswalle ngwana motšhanyana se jwa nnanna folo nfetekete tekete le molamo wa ka patlwa ke tshware tekene ke tseba mo keduang a folo nkeke be ka dula ngwana we motsong ngwana didao di hadio ya kgaola ya banna ya kgaola ya banna ya kgaola ya banna tiela ya kgaola ya pele ya mathandlelelo ya kgaola ya pele ya mathandlelelo ya kgaola ya pele ya mathandlelelo ya kgaola ya
Mosotho.
Adam.
We request all to rise as we conclude with the national anthems of Eswatini, Lesotho, followed by the national anthem of India.